First impressions after installing the delkevic. I think I'm saying that right. Yeah, delkevic full exhaust on the Suzuki gsx8s. It sounds amazing. I just got it thrown on there right now. Took it for a ride, and I gotta tell you, it has more than exceeded my expectations. Even with the baffle in, I have not taken the baffle out, and it's freaking loud. I like it. Normally, I feel like with a baffle in, it just kind of like sounds ugly most of the time, but they really got it right with this one. So it's probably one of the cheapest exhausts on the market, and I have to say I'm blown away. It sounds really good. I mean, you know, granted, it's still not, you know, it's not a 4-cylinder, anything like that. It's not gonna have that sound, right? But for what it is, really nice sounding exhaust. And the bike has a grunty like sound, like natural tone to it anyways, and it just like amplifies that. So I like it. It was a bitch to install though. Suzuki did not do us any favors with the placement of the header bolts, and then this exhaust, you know, the one knock is going to be that it came with 0 instructions whatsoever. So I am going to do a video tomorrow, do a little sound clip, and probably a walkthrough of what it took to get this thing on. I didn't do a full installation video, unfortunately, just because it was a pain in the ass, and I wasn't going to be able to hold a phone and do all of this at the same time. So you know, more to come there, but first impressions, I am blown away, I gotta say. All right, so I installed the delkevic exhaust on the bike last night, or finished it last night. It's been like 3 days. This installation was kind of a hell project, but it's not that it's hard to do, it's just so tight in there. Like, the header bolts are right there, those little hex bolts that you see there behind that hose. Try to zoom in on them. Yeah, those right there, there is no room to get your hand in there, because you got the radiator and the fan assembly right there. So you literally have to take off all the plastics. Yeah, you gotta take off all of this, all the plastics, the inner lining. You gotta undo the mounting points on the radiator just to give yourself like this much space to put your hand in there. Yeah, that happened in the process. My finger was squirting blood, but that was a whole nother thing. I actually had to do the job twice, because on this kit, it had these headers numbered 1 and 2, and I don't know why. I was assuming 1 would be this way, 2 would be that way. It's actually the opposite. So yeah, this is 1 on the right, 2 is on the left if you're looking at the bike, okay? And then because I had them the wrong way, the O2 sensor did not line up. That was how I knew. And I was like, damn, so I had to do this job twice. So that sucked. But I'm gonna be honest with you, the blood, sweat, and tears were all worth it, because this exhaust sounds amazing. I am blown away by the way it sounds for the price it was, because it is the, I want to say it's the cheapest exhaust on the market for this bike right now. And I definitely wasn't expecting the best sound quality, but man, really nice finish, really nice fit. One thing, my gripe, there are no instructions, so that's why I had to do the job twice. So that's why I'm putting this video out there, to hopefully help you guys. That will save you some time, hopefully. The other thing, there is normally a piece that sits here for the stock exhaust. You have to remove that and then use the bolt that they provided to go through the little welded on hanger there, and then use the nut, the locking nut on the other side. So this is threaded, and then it has a locking nut on the other side that I used. And then this was nice and easy, went on. I love this clamp, that's a nice one. They also provided like a band that you put over this, like a stainless steel band, but there's nowhere for me to it would be just like a brace for this. There's nowhere for me to mount that, so I don't know where. If you guys know, put it down in the comments below, but I have no idea how to put that thing on. So I just left it off. I mean, it's sturdy without it, and my other bike doesn't have one of those braces, so I figured it should be okay. But yeah, now this bike is definitely coming together nicely. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick cold start of what this bike sounds like now. Keep in mind, guys, it is pretty loud, and that is with the baffles in still. I did not remove the baffle. Let it warm up a bit, and then give you some revs. All warmed up, as you can see. It's still loud, even warmed up. The tone definitely changes a little bit, got a little bit deeper. I love the way it sounds. I'm not gonna take it for a ride right now, because I'm in the middle of my work day doing this. But I'll probably upload a ride clip once I get a better mic. This bike naturally has a grunt to it, it has like a very like a deep tone. Even with the stock exhaust, you could hear it, even though it was muffled so much. And it has a lot of intake noise, especially after I did the intake mod. If you want to see that, there's a video on my channel showing you how to do that. But yeah, very grunty sounding. But this exhaust, man, it wakes it up a lot. Rev it from the front here. And like I said, that is still with the baffles in. Okay, so looking back at it, if I was going to be doing it again, a few tips and tricks for you guys. what I would do is I would plan ahead, probably get yourself some coolant, and I would just remove the whole radiator. I mean, you pretty much have to remove it to do the job anyways. The only thing that I didn't do was disconnect the hoses, just because I didn't feel like waiting to get the coolant in and then having to burp it and all of that. But honestly, in hindsight, like, that would have been so much easier just to remove the whole radiator. You would have had access to everything. It would have made everything just, I would have saved myself a lot of curse words, honestly. The other thing that I had, hold on a second. So the other thing I bought on Amazon to help out was this kit right here, and it was a lifesaver. You cannot do this job with just regular Allen keys. If you're gonna keep that radiator on, rather. This was the only way that I was able to do that job. I don't even know what this is called, really. I just looked up a stubby. I looked up stubby ratchet, and this popped up. So this is what I used. It was very helpful. It's super small, fits right in between those headers, so that you can get to those bolts. So, and it comes with, you know, this was only like $10, and it came with everything that you would possibly need. All you really need, though, is that H6 hex, right, hex bit right there. So yeah, it was hard because there was no instructions. I think if it had instructions, it would have definitely taken me less time to do it, obviously, because I had to do it twice. But yeah, it's I think the juice is worth the squeeze on this one. So it's like a $450 exhaust. Most of them on the market for this bike right now are like $800. I think Akrapovic is like $1,000. So I don't know if I'd spend the extra money, man, honestly. I mean, trusted brand, obviously. I want to say that this is an Australian company, so maybe that's why it's a little bit cheaper. I don't know. I feel like some of the Australian stuff on the market has been cheaper these days. I don't know why. You would think more expensive coming all the way from Australia. But yeah, do yourself a favor, pick one up, do it yourself, save a little bit of money, and you know, don't make the mistakes that I did. But appreciate you watching.